Hey guys, Cleanblade here, bringing another Pokemon TCG online deck video, and today we're going to be looking into Night March. So basically what Night March does is 20 times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile with the Night March attack. So these attacks can do up to usually around 220 damage or so is usually what you'll be able to get at your highest. So it's a lot of damage. It kind of takes up a little bit setup, but it's really fast with the Roaring Skies expansion. So let's just jump straight into the deck profile. I'll cover things as we go over it and stuff like that. So for now, we are running 2 mew-exes. I thought it was the most consistent. 3 is a little bit clunky to me, and 1 isn't enough. So I went with 2. Setup's really good. You may draw up to 6 cards in your hand whenever you play Shaman down on the bench. So it's really good, and you just allows us to powerhouse through our deck really fast. So I do recommend running 2 mew-exes. So yeah. Then for Joltik on Night March, it has the Night March ability. It's a basic Pokemon and it's electric, so this thing can one-shot Mega Ray pretty easily. Just so you guys remember that. You guys can attack with this. All it requires is DCE, seeing it is just 2 double colorless energies. So yeah, Night March is really good on Joltik. It only has 30 HP, but we run Mr. Mime to protect it, so that's just fine. And then we're also running 1 Jirachi EX, more consistency with Shaman. Makes the deck even faster. We can Jirachi, get a Sycamore after we just Shamaned, and then we're going through 14 cards alone right there. So that's a lot of cards to go through in just 1 turn. So yeah, that's not even including battle compressors or anything like that. So Jirachi's also really good in this deck. And then we're running 4 Lampent, another Night Marcher. It's a stage 1 though, so we don't attack with it whatsoever. We just battle compress it out of the way. But we do run it because it does have the Night March attack, so it adds more damage to our Night Marchers. And then we also run 4 mew-exes. Mew-ex is really good in this game with a versatile ability. So with Dimension Valley and Joltik down on the bench, you only need a Psychic Energy to attack with it. So you only need 1 energy instead of having to run 2, and this card is just really good in this deck. There's not much to say about it. It's just the MVP of this deck. So we just use this for Night March, Sky Return occasionally if you need to like refresh its HP or something like that. And you already have a bench run on the bench, so sometimes you Sky Return, but not usually. So mew-ex is really good in this deck. I highly recommend it. So yeah. It's really good. Versatile is a really good ability for this deck. And then we are also running 1 Mr. Mime Bench Barrier just to protect yourself from Landorus's, stuff like that. Because things will target your Joltiks because they know that it's a threat. So they will purposely go after your Joltik. Plus, Landorus one-shots Joltik. So gotta remember that. Then we're running 4 Pumpkaboo, has a Night March ability. It's also double colorless, so we can use a DCE on Mew with a Dimension Valley up, and we can attack with Night March, which is also really good. So this can be another option to have down on your bench here and there. So yeah, so now we're going to jump into the trainers. We're running 2 Acrobike just for consistency. I didn't like 3, instead I chose to run 4 Battle Compressors, but Acrobike's really good. You have to just kind of dig through your deck a little bit more. And then we're running 4 Battle Compressors, as I stated before. This card's really good in this deck. It's really important. Running 4 is really key to this deck. You really got to be able to mill the cards out of your deck. So 4 is ASAP important. So yeah, I'd run 4 of these. Then for our Aspect, we're running Computer Search. Sometimes we don't get an Ultra Ball or anything like that, and we can just Computer Search for a Shaman. Computer Search for a Shaman if we need it. Shaman, I just said that. Computer Search for a Sycamore. And yeah, it just is really such a strong card. So just the Computer Search in this deck. Everything else really isn't that great in this deck, aspect wise, but Computer Search works really well. You could also run Dowsing Machine if you wanted to, but that's up to you. And then we're just running 1 switch occasionally. You gotta just switch out because yeah, it happens. So yeah, there's nothing much more to say about this. Switch is pretty standard. They're running 4 Trainer's Mail. This card's really good in this deck. You can Trainer's Mail, get Ultra Balls, and Battle Compressors, and Dimension Valleys when you need them. So this card's really good in this deck. I recommend 4 for sure. You could run 3, but I think 4 is better. Just saying. And then we're running 4 Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is absolutely amazing with new mew-ex. discard 2 cards, grab a Shaman, means you just used up 3 cards and you can draw 3 right away. So this card's really good in this deck. I do recommend running 4 Ultra Balls as well. 3 you can get away with 3 too, so just saying. Then we're running 3 VS Seeker just to get our supporters back, mostly Lysander and stuff like that. Just because Lysander kind of wins games and stuff like that. So if we get a Lysander prize, we can always just Lysander, VS Seeker, Lysander, continually throughout the game, if that makes sense. Then we're also running 2 Lysander actually in this deck, just because it's really good in this deck. This deck's really aggressive, so double Lysander just kind of destroys other people because Lysander is so aggressive and so strong. We can target Mewtwo's down on the bench and all that stuff, so Lysander's really good in this deck, so I recommend running double Lysander. Then we're just running 1 trump card, basically so we don't deck ourselves out. Trump card can be our weakness, but if you have a good enough hand and you trump card just to stay into the game so you don't deck out, sometimes it doesn't even matter. So yeah, there is that. Trump card is kind of a double-edged sword though, so keep that in mind whenever you do trump card. You kind of want to make sure you have a good hand whenever you trump card. And then we're also running 1 end, just 1. I feel any more ends, you could run 2, but I just feel you only really need 1 end in this deck, so why run any more? Basically that's about it, because if you get behind, end is really good, but you're such a fast deck that the odds of you getting behind is very low. So end is kind of backward sword, and you're kind of hurting yourself when you play end, except really early on in the game. Then we're running 4 Sycamore. Sycamore is the MVP supporter in our deck. We just run 4 of them, and you get them pretty often with computer searches and Jirachis and VS Seekers, so you really don't have to worry about it that much not getting them. So yeah, Sycamore just draws 7. Everybody likes that. Then we're running 4 Dimension Valley. Pretty standard. Makes his attack for 1 less on mew-ex, so 1 energy Night Marches. I'll take that any day, basically. And then for our energies, we're running 4 DCE. You just attach a DCE and Night March on Joltik. You don't even need Dimension Valley or anything like that, so we do run 4 DCE just for that reason. Then we run 5 Psychic just for the other reason, that attach 1 energy. Bam! Got a Night March attacker on mew-ex right away, so it is really good in this deck still, the Dimension Valley. So yeah, this is the entire deck, so let's just go grab a game for you guys right away. Let's go. Right, so I got a game here. Looks like we're versing some sort of Dragon Leaf colorless deck, probably the new Dragon Ray deck, I guess, maybe. We do see Wawanas, so it's probably actually colorless Ray, which is kind of a bad matchup for us, but it's kind of good because Joltik is kind of good in this matchup. So there is that. We will draw a card off the mulligan and just not take any more. We do see a Swablu here. And here I will grab the Ultra Ball, and I'm going to grab a Shaman EX here and just get a full new hand here. I'm going to computer search here and grab a mew-ex, I think. And then I will Sycamore. And we do hit the compressors, which are really good for us. We will just discard all these Lampents right away. We really don't want to just draw into our Lampents at all. I will grab that DCE, and we will grab this another Battle Compressor. We're just hoping he doesn't open up with like a trump card or something turn 1, because if he does, it's kind of annoying for us to deal with. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just a little bit annoying for us to deal with. So we'll just do that and play the Dimension Valley and end our turn here. I think this is a pretty stable turn. We one-shot the Swablu right away, and our opponent's going to be in a pretty dire situation. And we do see another Swablu come down, which is pretty fine. We see the Juniper come across, so we know he isn't Sycamoring, and he did have a pretty dead hand there. So we do see the Dragon Rayquaza come down, and an Ultra Ball come down, probably for a Shaman EX, if I were to guess. If he doesn't have one in his hand already. And we do see him searching his deck here for a colorless Ray. And we do see the Shaman EX come down for him to draw 3, and even more with that second Rayquaza coming down once again. He's just in a really good position now. We kind of wanted him to lead with a Rayquaza or a Shaman, something like that, so we didn't have to kill a measly Swablu right away, if you get what I'm saying, with the Joltik and stuff. But we're still in a pretty good position. Even if we get a Lysandre out of this Trainer's Mail, we're still in a really, really, really good position. So we can just even get a VS Seeker. We kind of want to kill this Rayquaza right away. It'd be the most beneficial to us. We're going to take this Dimension Valley though, and I'm going to attach this here, and we are going to Sycamore this hand away. It's kind of sad that we kind of had to Sycamore that hand away, but I'm just going to thin out our deck a little bit and get rid of this Ultra Ball. And then just Night March for 320 damage on the Swablu. I kind of just want to get things that I can easily kill out and take the early lead against this Ray deck. Because other than that, if Ray gets an early lead, it's hard for us to come back. But if they don't, it's really easy for us to win. We do see an 8-card Colress coming in from Rayquaza here, and we do see the Altaria coming down, which now we're in a really, really bad position. We probably aren't doing that much damage as it is, so yeah, this is pretty bad for us. We kind of want to kill the Altaria here, if I were to be honest, but we can't control everything. The Altaria came out really fast and really early for him. I wasn't expecting for him to get it so early, but you never know with these types of decks. Sometimes they get it early, sometimes they don't prioritize it and stuff like that. So we do see Battle Crest. We're probably getting rid of some eggs, and we see that exactly. So here we'll probably see an Ultra Ball for another Shaman, and Rayquaza is just really, really strong of a deck. We basically got the worst possible start from him, as in for us, because he led Swablu instead of Shaman or Ray. And if he would have led Shaman or Ray, we would be ahead 2 prizes already. And then when he takes this prize, we could revenge kill and still be ahead. But now we're just kind of trading prizes a little bit, and that's not really the position we want to be in against Mega Ray. He's going to draw 4 here, which puts him in a really, really optimal positioning. And we're kind of hurting as it is. We're going to check how many VS Seekers we've used, and we've only used 1, so that means we have 2 left. That doesn't mean it's not prized or anything like that. We kind of want to kill this Altaria right now. That's basically the key reason here. We do see the Emerald Braid taking the prize on the Joltik. I will promote this Joltik again and get a VS Seeker off the Trainer's Mail, and we are going to kill that Altaria right away. We just kind of don't want to deal with it, if that makes sense. The Altaria is kind of annoying. We could also kill a Shaman and then try and just kind of pick off his Shamans and see how it goes from there, but I think this is the better play, just because now we do have the weakness back in our favor already. So yeah, that was basically the only reason why we do that play. We are doing 180 damage at the moment, which is really good, but it still could be a lot better as it is. Like I said, I think if we could get another Joltik from like our prizes or something like that, or a Pumpkaboo into the graveyard, we can one-shot this Mega Ray next turn then, and we'll be in a really, really, really good position then. But I don't really want to have to Sycamore next turn. We'll be down on 1 card then, and we do see the trump card, so now I have no problem Sycamoring the rest of this turn away. So yeah, that's kind of just like whatever to me now. The Sycamore is just fine by me. We're hoping we draw into another Joltik, probably. Is our best situation draw here. The trump card's fine here. He was kind of forced to trump card. He does have the compressor in hand though, and we have no compressors, which is kind of sad, but nothing too much that we can really do about it. Here we'll probably just, when we die, we'll probably just promote another Joltik, and yeah, go from there. He might already have another Altaria ready to go, but I doubt it. And if he does, we just kind of suck it up and deal with it. Mega Ray is by far our worst matchup, because Mega Ray is just really good. Actually, I take that back. Seismitoad is probably our worst matchup in this game right now, and we do see this, and we are probably going to see an Ultra Ball come down, sadly, for a Swablu, if I were to guess. But we do see another Dowsing Machine, discarding a Virizion here, and some other thing, something else, an egg. I don't know what to grab. Maybe a Spirit Link or a Trump Card, Battle Compressor. You could really grab any of those. I don't know why, but we're in a really favorable position right now, actually. The Trump Card didn't hurt us too badly. It hurt us a little bit, but it could have been far worse. And we do see him grab another Spirit Link, so we will probably just see another Mega Ray come down, and then him end his turn, which will be fine by me. We're just hoping we don't see another Shaman come down, but unfortunately he does have the third Shaman just sitting in hand, and we do see the Skyfield come out. So the Skyfield is kind of big here. It allows him to do a lot, and we do see a Mega Turbo come down and come over onto the Mega Ray, and now you can attach a DCE, and then he'll have another Mega Ray up and ready to go right away. So it is one of those things that's kind of bad, and we do see the fourth Shaman come down. So our opponent just drew really, really well into this matchup. Nothing we can really do about RNG draws, basically. It's kind of rough here. I'm going to promote our Joltik here and hope we kind of draw well to one-shot the Mega Ray this turn. Leading off with the Pumpkaboo discard is pretty good. I'm going to grab a Shaman, though, and play the Dimension Valley, I think, right away. I'm hoping to just draw into a DCE for the Joltik and get enough to basically win the game off this next couple of turns here. So I will play this Shaman down right away and draw, and unfortunately we kind of get a bad draw, so I will have to Sycamore without really getting to do much. And we're really fishing for like this KO and this Mega Ray here. So I'm just trying to get things we know will kill it down, and I don't think we have enough to actually kill it yet, which is kind of bad. We're only doing 100 damage at the moment, so times 2, we're only doing 200 damage. Oh, I miscalculated. We did have a Pumpkaboo in there, so we were doing more than that. So we were doing 80, 100, and 120, so that is really big here. If he kills this Joltik, it's kind of fine. We just promote our Mew with an energy on it, then go back out into another Joltik, and hopefully he'll play a Sky Stadium here, so then we can Jirachi and get like a Sycamore or something like that along those lines going. We do see another Ray come down here, and looks like our opponent's kind of looking for things to do. He could Mega Turbo once again and get a Grass Energy here and promote this. He could also Trump Card this turn, which would be kind of big if you ask me. If he Trump Cards this turn, I think it might almost secure him the game, and looks like we will see a Trump Card here, which is really, really big. It's basically the only thing keeping him in this game at this point is this Trump Card that he's going to play. If he doesn't play it this turn, we most definitely will probably win next turn. So we do see the Trump Card come out, which is fine. There's not much I can do about it, and that's really the only reason why it's fine. And we do see him kill my Joltik. So here we kinda have to play down this here and kinda have to get something good here, and we get a DCE, which isn't quite good enough, so we kinda have to pass our turn. We hope he doesn't have a Lysandre now. If he has a Lysandre, we kinda just lose the game. But even so, if he doesn't have a Lysandre, we can Jirachi, and I think once we Jirachi and get like a Shaman well, not a shaman, like a couple battle compressors down, we'll be set and ready to go to get the KO on this Mega Ray. But if we Jirachi into a pretty dead hand, I think we're asking to lose then, in my opinion. Our opponent's thinking really hard on what to do. I don't really think there's much thought. If he has a Lysander, he goes for the Lysander this turn. There's no doubt about it. He absolutely must go for it. Our opponent goes inactive while thinking for a bit. We do see the Ultra Ball come down. I'm pretty sure he went through all 4 Shamans, unless if he discarded some, because there is the Skyfield glitch where you can't see some of your opponent's Pokemon when they remove certain things. So we do see a Swablu come down somewhere right here apparently, and an Altaria come down, which is absolutely devastating right now. We just started to get momentum back, and now an Altaria comes down. So now we kind of have to get really lucky. The Skyfield comes down, which allows us to build things up again just a little bit. We hope we basically just draw into a battle compressor right now. If we don't, it's probably GG. There's really not much I can do about it if we don't, so I will go for the Stellar Guidance and grab a Sycamore. And we only get the 1 battle compressor, which it isn't gonna be enough, and I can already tell that. We'll give it our best shot, but I really don't think it's gonna be enough here. Unless if our opponent misclicks or something like that. Pretty sure we lost this game. We're not really doing that much damage as it is. We're doing 100 or so. So we're really not doing much. So we're only doing 120. Which, the Altaria that he got came in really useful. But this is also just a prime example of how good Night March is. We really kept Mega Ray on the ropes. Even though we got trump carded twice, which is really big. The trump card twice there is big in this matchup, so yeah, you guys gotta kind of watch out for the trump card. You guys really can't do much about it in Mega Ray because sadly they're just gonna trump card you and you kind of have to suck it up. But if you can get a good enough start, as you saw, I can easily take out Mega Ray. If they misplay whatsoever, it's pretty much GG. But that's gonna be the end of the video here, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching and tuning in and everything like that. It means a lot for me that you guys support me and my videos and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button down. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Leave me a little comment, tell me something why you didn't like it, maybe, and I'll try to work on what I did. Yeah, and if you really liked my videos, hit the subscribe button on my channel. I do believe is where it's at now. So yep, and we'll see you guys next time. May RNGesus be with you. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.